Hello, and welcome back to Tarot by Lodestone Productions, where we help you discover your true north. I am a DT, and this is really, and this is an opportunity to make sure that my cards are calibrated properly. Okay. All right, let's try this again. Hello, and welcome back to Tarot by Lodestone Productions, where we help you discover your true north. I am Aditi, and this is a message for whenever this message reaches you, because Spirit is not bound to our time and space continuum. And so the only time by which we tell time is divine time. Dig what I'm saying? So I didn't get any overall reaching messages during the pre-shuffle. So we're going to do our 3 shuffles and a cut. And let us check our spiritual voicemail and see what is what. Shall we? Do let's. Here we go. A time to give rather than take with the Page of Crystals. Hold your vision with the Ace of Daggers and the 9 of Cups. You are good enough with the 2 of Crystals, Death, and Hanged. Time to give rather than to take with the Page of Crystals. All right. So, learning how to balance the books. Also, oh my goodness, excuse me. Also, with the new moon coming up at the time that I'm recording this, the new moon is scheduled for the next day, scheduled for tomorrow. Wait, no, today's the 3rd. Day after tomorrow, yeah. So with the full moon, we are called to release during the full moon. Because of its gravitational pull, it takes the things that no longer serve us and pulls it around to the dark side so that it can be refreshed and be renewed according to its highest good. So instead of taking on other people's stuff or being in the frame of mind to collect things, we are being called to release. And not just release stuff that no longer serves us, but we've been talking about releasing and renewing things all week. Right? Releasing things that we hold dear. We talked about, sacrificing and what have you. So yeah, go ahead and give those things up. Hold your vision with the Ace of Daggers and the 9 of Cups. What I'm hearing is that you clearly want to be happy with who you are and where you are right now. This, we're kind of getting past this, well, I'll be happy when type of frame of mind. This is, I am happy now. And because you choose to be happy now, better things flow towards you. You are good enough. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's beautiful. So you got the new moon in Virgo to the full moon in Virgo. Come on, Spirit. All right. But yes, you are good enough. With the Two of Crystals, Death, and Hanged. So, being of two minds as it pertains to your renewal and how that's going to pan out for you. Not knowing what's going to happen next is a cause for concern. And it's limited. Getting the word limited. You feel like you're limited because you don't know what your newest iteration is going to be. And so there's this back and forth with what you want to be and where you actually are without knowing how that path is going to lay out. Moon, yup. Seven of Wands, Hermit. Eight of Crystals, Tower, and Magician. Let the moon carry your burdens for you. You've held on to them long enough. And I don't care how much you go to the gym or how much strength you have built up between now and then, but the moon is stronger than you. And the moon is here to take these burdens and do something with them. Just release those things that are weighing you down. Release them to the one that is greater than you. Holding your vision with the Seven of Wands and the Hermit, you've been developing these ideas for a while, and it is time for them to be challenged. Now, with that challenge, you're going to want to retreat back to your cave where it was safe. And by safe, I mean just not challenged here. But how else will you know that these ideas are meant to stand the tests of time if you are unwilling or unable to hold them up to the slightest bit of scrutiny? Eight of Crystals, Tower, and the Magician, for you are good enough. You've been working on this for a long time. And because these things are being called to question, that doesn't mean that you need to throw the baby out with the bathwater. What needs to remain will remain after this tower is done doing what towers are destined to do. Because you've got the something out of nothing card right behind it. This is what you got all them ass whoopings for. Okay? This is why you went in and you did the practice. Because once you come out of the training room, everything changes and you are left to rely on the lessons that you learned up until now. Creator, Warden of Cups, 8 of Daggers, 8 of Wands, 2 of Daggers, 4 of Crystals. Yeah, now it's time for you to test these theories in the real world with the Creator card, and also known as the Empress. If you build it, they will come. If you think it, so it shall be. You're in lockstep with Spirit here. You are nestled in the comfort of Spirit's arms, and you are with every thought creating the kind of life that you want to live. When you are in this mode, it's very important to be able to hold your vision, yes, but also be willing and ready to release things that don't fit into that. Right? After this peer review, and you go back and you make your revisions and you come out with these final products. Like, remember that this is what all that training was for. Holding your vision with the Warden of Cups and the 8 of Daggers. Okay. These 2 cards out like this pose their own sets of challenges, right? So like with the Warden or Queen of Cups, this is, feeling things deeply and having a deeper understanding of how our emotions play a part in our lives. Knowing that being emotionless is not an option, but also understanding how to utilize this energy in a way that benefits the whole as opposed to one particular part. Now, to a non-Queen of Cups, this would seem really restrictive with the 8 of Daggers. But it's only restricting because it only seems restrictive because you're not aware of all of the other inner workings that go into being the Warden of Cups or the Queen of Cups. It takes a lot of self-awareness and inner resolve to be the Queen of Cups. One moment. Oh my gosh. Whew, I apologize. My inner ear is itching something awful. Okay. But this restriction is self-imposed. Yes, this restriction is here because you don't understand the inner workings, but it's not to suggest that the knowledge of these inner workings are not available to you. You're not choosing to see them. You are good enough with the 8 of Wands, 2 of Daggers, and 4 of Crystals. You will be receiving word that yes, you are indeed good enough. There's no need to turn a blind eye to this information. It is not going to relieve you of any of the responsibilities of knowing that you're good enough. Okay? Because you do know. And even if there is any question at all, you will be receiving confirmation that this is the case. So when you get this confirmation, hang on to it. This is the feather. These are the feathers that belong in your cap. Okay? Receive them. Receive this information. Thank you, Spirit, with the Four of Crystals. Receive it and hold on to it. The Sun, Four of Wands, Three of Wands, the World, Six of Crystals, and the Knight of Wands. The Sun gives so much of itself: light, warmth, nutrients, clarity. That sun energy, and we talked about that yesterday, that sun energy versus the moon energy, and how the sun, its energy goes out, right? It warms the whole planet. It's this giant star that is big enough and hot enough to warm our planet and to give us light and life. Tap into the sun energy that is within you and be the kind of person that you want to come across in public. Be the change that you want to see in the world. Give it out. Your vision is for stability and new adventures. Hold that. Okay? Build your stability. Go on your adventures. Stand on the promises that Spirit has given to you and only to you. Okay? Do not waver from this. Because the more that you formulate it in your mind, the stronger the picture in your mind's eye is, the stronger the spell. Okay? Don't get discouraged now. And then you are good enough with the World, the Six of Crystals, and the Knight of Wands. You are good enough to move up. Spirit has decided that you ain't got to deal with this stupid shit no more. You've made marked progress. And as a result, you are being gifted the Six of Crystals. You're being gifted a higher ranking than where you once were with the Knight of Wands. For some of you, that's a promotion. For others of you, that's moving into the house that you have wanted for a long period of time. This will definitely show up in our lives in several different ways. But no matter how this turns out, no matter how this materializes, remember that you are worthy of receiving the very thing that you have prayed for. the very thing. All right, thank you for taking the time to hang out with me today. And until we meet again, remember to be good to yourselves and to each other. And I will see you next time. Bye now.